Hello friends, in today's class we will learn the different articles under part 3 of the Indian Constitution, the fundamental rights. So in the previous class we learned about the important features of fundamental rights. It comes under the part 3 of Indian Constitution from articles 12 to 35. It is often called the Magna Carta of India. It contains a very long and comprehensive list of justiciable fundamental rights. What does the term justiciable mean? Justiciable mean that the right is enforceable by a court. That means if any of your fundamental right is violated, you can directly approach the court and it is up to the court to ensure that the right is properly ensured. Now, the fundamental rights are defended and guaranteed by the Supreme Court. So if your fundamental right is violated, you can directly approach the Supreme Court and ask for any solution. But in normal other cases, usually we approach the lower courts first, then move up in the ladder to the High Court and finally to the Supreme Court. But in the case when fundamental right is violated, it is your right to approach the Supreme Court and it is the duty of Supreme Court to deal with the case. So it is very important in India to ensure fundamental right of every citizen and those living in India. So these are the 6 categories of fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. These 6 categories of rights are guaranteed by various articles of Part 3. Now let us quickly move on to different articles under Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. First, Articles 14 to 18 guarantee right to equality, and these articles ensure that everyone living in India lives equally. Now Article 14 ensures equality before law. That means everyone has to be treated equally before the law and no special privilege is given to anyone. Now this is a very important article. This is often in newspapers and this article is often involved in different issues happening in our country. Now moving on to the next article, Article 15. Article 15 prohibits discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So if any discrimination is in place based on these grounds, the article is to protect us from those discrimination. Now Article 16 ensures equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So if any special criteria like the grounds such as religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth or other such criteria is in place, and if no equality is maintained for public employment, then this article will deal with those cases. This article will ensure that there is equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Now you might wonder, in India we have reservation system, right? According to this system, some posts or some percentage of seats is actually allotted to different castes or different categories of people. But this system is actually not violating this article, because the reservation system is specially permitted for socially and economically weaker sections, and the court has ensured that the reservation is not actually violating this article. So the Article 16 ensures equality in public employment. Now Article 17 abolishes untouchability. You might know, before our independence and in the previous centuries, untouchability was a social sin, and Article 17 specifically abolishes untouchability. And now Article 18 abolishes titles. There are plenty of titles that were in existence before independence, such as Maharaja or Diwan or Bahadur. All those kinds of titles were in existence with your name, with somebody's name. And this article abolishes all those kinds of titles. So sometimes you may wonder, there are other kinds of titles that are still in use. For example, we will say Padma Shri or Padma Bhushan somebody. Isn't that a title? Actually, it is incorrect to say this title before somebody's name. This is actually an award and it is not to be used as a prefix or a title to someone's name. So this article excludes military titles, commander or major, all those kinds of titles can be used. But this article specifically prohibits all other kinds of titles. So from Articles 14 to 18, we see various provisions to bring equality to the society. It abolishes title, it abolishes untouchability, and it abolishes all kinds of practices that are against the basic norms of equality. So out of these 5 articles, the most important article is Article 14. It is the core part. The equality before law is ensured by Article 14. Now moving on to the next session, right to freedom. Right to freedom is guaranteed by Articles 19, 20, 21, then 21A and 22. We will see each of these articles now. Article 19 guarantees certain freedom, such as freedom of speech. There are also other kinds of freedom guaranteed by Article 19. I will quickly mention them because it is important for you to know them. So this article actually protects 6 different types of rights or 6 different types of freedoms. Speech, the freedom to assemble peacefully, the freedom to form associations, then freedom to travel anywhere in the country, the freedom to reside anywhere in the country, and finally the freedom to practice any profession. So these 6 freedoms are guaranteed by Article 19. Article 19 is an important article of the Indian Constitution. 6 categories of freedom are protected under this article. So this article also comes with some kinds of restrictions. The freedom of speech does not mean that you have the freedom to speak anything. Hate speech or speech that are detrimental to the security of the nation, all those kinds of speeches are prohibited. The state can put some kinds of reasonable restrictions to all these forms of freedom. So the freedom to travel does not mean that you have the right to enter any protected area. Certain areas can be protected by the government for specific purposes. So all these freedom come with some amount of reasonable restrictions. Now Article 20 offers protection in respect of conviction for offences. So this is a special kind of article. So if there are some special provisions laid under these articles, like you cannot be punished twice for one offence, and you cannot be punished by a law that is not currently in existence at present and which comes to existence later, and all those kinds of provisions are protected under Article 20. Another important provision under this article is that you cannot be held as a witness against yourself. So all those kinds of provisions, when you are convicted as a criminal, are coming under these articles. So you have some rights even if you are convicted, and these are the rights that you have. You cannot be held as an evidence against yourself. Your own witness would not prove or would not be an evidence for proving something. Evidence has to come from outside. So all those aspects are dealt under Article 20. Now Article 21 is another important article of Indian Constitution. Protection of life and personal liberty. And protection of life does not mean that mere animal existence is to be maintained by all people. A dignified and a very human life should be ensured to all citizens by the government. It is the duty of the government to protect the life of all people. So over many years, different types of rights were defined under this one article. So protection of life is a very broad right. So protection of life means that you have the right to shelter, you have the right for a good environment, you have the right to privacy. This is a very important term. Earlier this right was in much discussion in the previous years. You have the right to privacy, and similarly right to health, right to livelihood. All those kinds of rights are guaranteed under this single article. So this right to life of guaranteed by Article 21 is a very broad right. You have plenty of rights guaranteed under this one right, Article 21. Now there is another article. Its number is Article 21A because it was later added by amendment. It was not present in the Indian Constitution when it was formed. Later, due to special needs, this article was added into the Part 3. This is right to education. So this article provides for free and compulsory education for children in the age group 6 to 14. So if any children is deprived of their education in this age group, then that is a very serious issue. So it is the duty of the government to ensure that schools are running in every area so that a child in this age group can get education. So this was added by 86th Amendment of the Indian Constitution in 2002. Then finally Article 22 protects against arrest and detention in certain cases. So maybe you might have heard that if you are arrested, a warrant should be produced, right? So under this article, you have the right to be informed about the grounds of an arrest. So if you are arrested by the police and they are not saying for what purpose they are arresting you, it is a very serious issue. You have the right to know on what grounds you are getting arrested. Then you have the right to consult a legal practitioner if you are arrested, and you must be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours. So if you are arrested and if you are a criminal suspect, even then you have certain rights. Right to consult a legal practitioner, right to know the grounds of your arrest, and right to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours. You cannot be held in the lockup for more than 1 day. The police cannot torture you for long. So all these rights are guaranteed under Article 22. So we will see the other articles in the next video. Thank you.